Okay. Hello, Cream Puffs. Okay. So, viewers that I don't have, I am here today to talk about Carmilla. And all of you know what Carmilla is, but if you don't know what Carmilla is, let me give you a little education about this fucking fantastic web series. So Carmilla is a web series that is strictly played on YouTube under the, I don't know what the fuck you call that, the subscription name or YouTube channel Verve Girl. And it's a collaboration being produced by Smoke Bomb Productions, Shift 2 Productions, I believe. You by Kotex is their sponsor, and Spencer Mabey is the director of this web series. And Carmilla is based off of the Joseph Sheridan Le Fanu novel or novella that was written in like the 1800s, and it's under the same name. And it is about lesbian vampire. How could you get any better than that? So basically my goal here today is to tell you all why I love Carmilla, to tell you by Kotex why they should sponsor a second season of Carmilla, and to just get out the feels, because I have a lot of them, and goddamn, this show gives me all the feels in a good way. You by Kotex, in a good way. So let's just dive right into this. The reason that I personally think Carmilla is so fantastic is just because of the characters, first and foremost. So what you have here is 5 leading women who, for, you know, all intents and purposes, fall onto this much larger spectrum than is seen in a lot of TV shows nowadays. You don't often get to see a show based off of entirely women. I mean, I know there's Matt and Aaron, but this show focuses its majority of its time on these 5 women who very clearly fall into different categories on this larger spectrum of sexuality. And I think that's fantastic. We don't usually get to see that on TV, and as a queer woman myself, it's comforting to see these characters who, you know, don't have to label their identities. It doesn't come up ever, but it's very clear that they are not straight because of their relationships with each other. And it's new and it's refreshing, and it's something that TV shows can't even hold a candle to right now. So that being said, a little bit more about each character, I guess, and why they're individually important to me. So I guess I will start with Carmilla, who is the title character played by Natasha Negovandlis. And I think, to me, Carmilla, I don't personally identify as much with her personality. I'm not like, at least I'm not, you know, cool in the way that she is. And, you know, later she obviously isn't as, you know, vocal about her dislike for things because she's found Laura. And so I don't identify with that part of her, but the part I do identify with is her just blatant queerness. And like I said, these characters, they don't label themselves in the context of the show. And with Carmilla, I very much see her as someone who is, you know, very badass on the outside, but very wounded on the inside, which I can very much agree with. Laura has to be, you know, oh, dear Laura. She's definitely on my top 2 favorite characters. I actually can't even choose. Like, how can you even choose your favorite character on this show? But Laura, to me, is someone I very much identify with. I'm very bookish. I'm very determined. I'm very, you know, vocal about what I'm feeling. as Laura is, but she does it in a kind way, which is something I can identify with. But again, having these characters, I think I'll just stop at Laura and Carmilla, even though I wish I could talk about Danny and Perry and LaFontaine for days and days and days. But it's another added bonus to this spectrum of characters when the characters are so vastly different in each of their sexualities, as well as being vastly different in their personalities. And so you don't just have, the one token, butch lesbian who, doesn't take shit from men and is like a raging feminist and all that stuff. You have each different types of women who identify differently on this spectrum of sexuality. And, it's very human, it's very real, and it's, I don't know why other TV shows are not taking a note from Carmilla, because why would you want to erase something that's so very real to a lot of people, whether they're out about it or not. So, outside of this amazing representation and just slaying of the Bechdel scale, it's a well-written show. It's funny. Like, it is really, really funny. And, it's important that a show can stand alone without just relying on, their representation or their actors or, things that big budget TV shows normally have to rely on if their writing is shitty. Once upon a time, I'm looking at you. But, yeah, it has to be well written outside of, the actor's ability or the representation that you show or, just big shock value. It has to be there's no show without it being well written in the first place. So I think, what is amazing with, the crew of Carmilla is that they've written this fantastic show that is low budget. It's single frame. The actors are acting within this very small space. And it's amazing what they've been able to do with it. So, You by Kotex, this is for you. Please keep funding Carmilla. This is a show that has given a lot of people a lot of comfort in the past, since it's been airing. And if you give us a season 2, damn, I will buy your tampons forever and ever until I hit menopause, forever. Please, please, please keep funding Carmilla. To all the cast, Natasha, Elise, Caitlin, Annie, Sharon, Matt, and Aaron, and, the minor characters, Paige, I'm looking at you. Thank you so much for committing to this project and to bringing these characters to life. It has been amazing following this web series and getting to know the Cream Puffs in Tumblr and Twitter and getting to interact with them. We're a very small fan base, but I would be surprised if we don't gain a lot more members after the finale. You know what I mean. Can't even think about it. I'm gonna start crying. Anyway, thank you to the crew and to everyone involved in the funding and producing of this show. Please give us a Carmilla season 2. Goodbye, gentle viewers. Okay. Hello, Cream Puffs. Okay. So, viewers that I don't have, I am here today to talk about Carmilla. And all of you know what Carmilla is, but if you don't know what Carmilla is, let me give you a little education about this fucking fantastic web series. So Carmilla is a web series that is strictly played on YouTube under the, I don't know what the fuck you call that, the subscription name or YouTube channel Verve Girl. And it's a collaboration being produced by Smoke Bomb Productions, Shift